instruments tell you today?
Actually, everything's remarkably calm.
Ah, the spirits are wise. It's too hot to do anything.
Can you remember the lake level changing so rapidly ever before?
Oh, I wondered when you'd ask me about that.
Oh, can you?
It happened before the last eruption.
Uh-huh.
But it happened in earlier times, too. In the days of our ancestors.
And the mountain didn't erupt then?
Not according to the stories.
Well, if you're not worried, perhaps I shouldn't.
Ah, now you're learning.
I'm getting used to the unusual happening around here. Heat waves in May. Still, there must have been some massive subterranean activity for the level to be affected like that. And how do you explain what Sarah saw on the lake?
What was that?
Oh, didn't they tell you? It was after that rainstorm. Some sort of phantom canoe. Oh. At least the others didn't see it.
Canoe?
Probably some optical illusion after the rain. Though she described it in every detail.
What did it look like?
Well, long, high-carved prow, about 20 warriors.
Tapodi Nui saw such a canoe before the great eruption. And he too was with people who couldn't see it.
Perhaps someone told Sarah. She has a vivid imagination.
Who would tell her? Him and Kitty don't know.
What are you trying to say?
Tapodi Nui saw it as a sign that he would be the one to save his people.
But he failed. His people perished.
Only because they didn't listen.
And you think the same thing could happen if we don't listen to Sarah? Sir Charles laid his foundation stone this morning. Can't see him listening to anyone now. Least of all his granddaughter.
Then she may fail to save her people also.
All right, you two, stop it. It's too hot for fighting at school on the street.
Tom? Why won't you believe I saw that canoe? Because I was there and I didn't see it. You trust something you didn't see rather than something somebody did? What? It was as plain as day. The warriors with their paddles. Are you sure it wasn't a dream? Oh, I suppose I don't blame you. After all, I didn't believe you when you said you'd seen Doomy's ghost. But it wasn't a ghost, it was him. And perhaps what I saw wasn't what it appeared to be either.
Come on now, stop talking and settle down to work.
To put me through that agony, to let me suffer like that and think you were dead. And for what, Patrick? Those excisemen, they wouldn't have found a thing.
You want to know why?
You're then to be caught by a bunch of children. Everything you do's a disaster, Patrick. I just don't understand. All my life, I've protected you. I've made the decisions. Why didn't you come to me?
I'll tell you why I didn't
Alone
come
in the
to
world
you.
with debts to pay. Not to mention the shame. You in jail and me a helpless woman. What happens now?
I'll tell you what happens now. I get some pace.
Patrick, what's come over you? Did you hear what he said?
You're over time, Mabel. I'm sorry. I'm afraid you'll have to go.
When can I go to Auckland?
As soon as the escort arrives.
Well, it can't be soon enough. Even jail has its consolations.
Sergeant!
Yeah, what is it?
The news has just come through. It's mafeking. We've won!
God save the Queen! Him! Hooray!
Mrs. Stubbs! Mrs. Stubbs! Mrs. Stubbs!
Children! Children! You'll be delighted to learn that our glorious Imperial forces have been triumphant. After a siege of over 200 days at the hands of the wily Boer, the British garrison at mafeking has at last been relieved. And as it's a little bit hot for schoolwork anyway, I'll declare the rest of the day a holiday.
and gentlemen, my friends. It is my pleasure to be personally acquainted with the commander of mafeking, Baden-Powell. And I'm sure all our hearts go out to him in this, his hour of triumph. Hooray! Once again, the Englishman has proved his mastery over others, his unfailing courage in the midst of an alien land, and his steadfast resolve to quell the rebel in the name of God and civilization. Mafeking will stand forever as a monument to the glory of the British Empire and the superiority of the British people.
It's hot, especially this time of the year.
What's the matter?
Look.
Oh, very interesting.
No, look, it's black.
Mr. Christopher!
Oh, excuse me. Well, it's not just me. There must be something in the air. Mrs. Evans, have you seen the boys?
The boys.
Oh, hey, Tom, I've got a favour to ask you. I want you to take me across the lake.
What now?
I know it's hot.
But why?
I want to climb the mountain. If I don't go now, I won't get back before dark. And it'll only get hotter. I'll pay you.
How much?
Sixpence?
Each way?
In advance.
All right. I'll give you the shilling. It's hard to imagine the might of that mountain. When it went up, it spread ash as far as the sea. Now it just sits there, quiet and still, letting off the odd puff of smoke. I wonder for how much longer.
The laying of that foundation stone marks the beginning of a whole new era. My hotel will transform this region from a frontier settlement to the most elegant town in the colony. Imagine avenues of oak and elm, electricity on them, wrought iron standards and rose gardens moving down to the lake. It'll be like a little bit of old England in the middle of nowhere.
There you are, Sir Charles.
Thank you, Mrs. Gregory.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sir Charles.
It's all right, Mrs. Gregory. It's my fault entirely. It's my hand. It's seized up on me. Oh, God! Sir Charles!
Quickly, go and get the doctor.
You want a drink? Get you, Tom! No, give him the bucket! No! Get him in the bucket! No! Then just a get him!
Boys! Keep the noise down! Sir Charles, he's had a turn. Tom, go and find Sarah Jane. Tell her to come quickly. Oh, I hope he's going to be all right. Perhaps it was just the heat.
He has been overdoing things a bit lately.
He laid a foundation stone this morning.
And he helped with the survey twice.
He's not suffering from overexertion, and it's nothing to do with the heat. It's his arthritis. It's as bad as the day he arrived. Has he been keeping up with his treatment?
Well, yes. He had a bath this morning.
He's been making such remarkable progress.
I've seen relapses before, but not like this.
I'll hold it. How do you feel?
A little better, thank you.
I was talking to the doctor. He said it often happens that people suffer a setback. If you keep up the treatment, I'm sure you'll be all right.
There. What are all the tears about? I'll be all right. Don't worry. Here. Wipe your eyes. Remember, you're at Pemberton. Pembertons don't cry. Those waters killed me once. They'll damn well kill me again.
Why do you think it happened, Grandfather?
God knows. It's even got the doctor flummoxed.
Do you think it was laying the foundation stone?
No, child. I didn't even lift anything.
I don't mean that.
For what, then?
The tapu.
Don't be ridiculous.
What about Mr. Samuels?
What about him?
Nobody knows.
I listen to none of your Maori fairy tales.
Do you remember the first day we came here? When I saw Tapuru Nui? Well, I've seen him again. Sometimes in my imagination, and sometimes in my dreams. We went to the old buried village. Oh, I know it was naughty, and I know we shouldn't. But I wanted to join the gang, so I did it as a dare. The others were very frightened at first, and so was I. We were only going to creep up and have a look. And then he caught us. And he spoke to me in Maori. Of course, I didn't understand him. And yet, in a way, I did. He seemed to be telling me something about you, and the land, and the mountain. I think he knew you'd want that land even before you did. And I think he was asking me to tell you to give it up.
Are you finished? I blame myself. You should never have gone to that school. I should have got another governess.
No!
I thought that playing with the Maoris would have benefited them. I thought they might have learned something about civilization. Instead, they've filled your head with mumbo-jumbo.
It's
Not another word! Now, leave me alone. I'm tired. Go.
Tom, you want to go across the lake?
Not you as well.
It's very important.
It's also very hot. Where do you want to go?
To the buried village.
What?
Why? Does it matter?
Yes.
Will you take me if I tell you?
Probably not.
Then I may as well save my breath.
You may as well.
Thanks for nothing.
You've had your 5 minutes. Give me 10. Come on. It's too hot to work.
ko te korino rino, ko te umutena, taona ingariki e piki e koro, I te patata o te rangi.
Kitty! Kitty! Come and have a swim! Kitty, I want you to help me. Help you do what? I'll tell you on the way. Come on!
Oh, Mrs. Gregory.
How are you feeling?
A little better, thank you.
The doctor said you were to take this as soon as you woke.
Where's Sarah Jane?
Somewhere cool, if she has any sense.
We had a bit of a misunderstanding.
Oh?
Did you know she'd been having nightmares?
No.
No, I had no idea myself. About that Maori fellow up at the lake.
T. Poronui.
He's been preying on her mind for some reason ever since that first day when the train stopped. He's been locked up and put away. I told James I'll take another bath.
Would that be wise?
Don't treat me like an invalid. The water's cured me once before. They can damn well cure me again.
Sir Charles, the doctor
Mrs. Gregory, that spa of yours is a miracle. Would you deny me its relief? It gave me back the use of my hands. It gave me a life without pain. This is a temporary relapse. It happens all the time. You said so yourself. It cured me once, and it can cure me once again. Oh. Go and get your husband.
We will. We have to. I'm scared. There's nothing to be scared about. Kiri, I'm sorry. But I need your help. It's very important. Grandfather's illness and all the other things that have been happening. I just know Tupuranui can help. And I need you to talk to him. You know my golden locket? You can have it when we get back. I want to go back now. Well, I'm not going to take you back, so you can either sit there or help me row. Trust me, Kiri. You'll be all right.
Gregory, the pain is ordeal enough without your advice.
kauhanga na tui ko tō kauru ora. Ki te kauhanga roroa ko tō kauru ora ki arangi tui e tūlei. Kauru ora ngā tua, kauru ora ngā tāngata, kauru ora ngā kōrero. Ko tō kauru ora ki te kauhanga na tui ko tō kauru ora ki te kauhanga roroa. Ko tō kauru ora ki arangi tui e tūlei.
Don't you think we better go get Christopher?
You should have charged him double. Think of the coldest thing possible.
Remember when it snowed for 2 weeks? There was ice right around the edge of the lake. I bathed my feet in boiling water and I still couldn't feel my toes.
I wore 3 jumpers to school and an overcoat, and I shivered till I went to bed.
Still don't feel any cooler.
All right, who tied up the boat?
I did.
Well, it's drifted away.
But it can't have!
We can't go and get him now.
But we can't just leave him there.
Look!
Jane could have taken the boat.
Emma, have you seen Sarah Jane?
Someone said they saw her down at the waterhole talking to Kitty, and they went off together.
Surely they wouldn't go on their own. When she said she wanted to row to the buried village, I didn't think she was serious. And what about Christopher? I hope he's still alive. Can anyone live through that?